Salutations, everyone. It is KJ, and I'm back. And I just would like to mention this particular video. I've thought quite hard in contemplation about what I wanted to cover next, and I think it's very important to cover guitar videos that encompass and instruct other guitarists to play with a lot of feeling, which obviously is through vibrato and bends. That's why I've been covering so much of what I have been, like with the Maggot Brain and the Jimi Hendrix, Voodoo Child. Those that are more interested in shred and metal guitar playing, that sort of thing. My Demystifying the Guitar Part 1 and 2, those are excellent for that, and I am going to be covering more of that. But I want to cover a lot of these classic players, the great guitarists, because I think one of the things that does definitely separate great guitar players from, let's just say, intermediate or those that just are not quantifiably recognized as great guitarists is feel or feeling. So what we're going to cover today is Santana, Black Magic Woman. This will definitely be part one. This will be a two-parter, mainly because, you know, the longer these are, the longer they take to upload, and I think also patience level for most people watching these videos. I think it's much better to have shorter versions, let's just say. So yes, we're going to cover Carlos Santana's Black Magic Woman. This was off the Abraxas album. Definitely a legendary guitar player, and those of you who are Journey fans, Neal Schon from Journey was with Santana for quite a long time, as was Gregg Rolie. In fact, Gregg Rolie sings Black Magic Woman, who, as you may well know, was an original member of Journey with Neal Schon. Another one of my favorite guitar players. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cover most of the first solo, and we'll finish off with the beginning of the second solo for Black Magic Woman. And without further ado, let's have at it. And the tuning is going to be standard. Okay, so let me give you my low E. Here's the high E. Alright, so I have my 5-way switch here right in the middle with my middle pickup. I will be switching that off up to, you know, position 4. You know, getting closer to the neck pickup there, because that's the tone that Carlos Santana is definitely using in this song. And after everything I've looked at and watched, you know, a lot of people are indicating you could play this in different ways, in different positions, and so on and so forth. However, with many things, not every single jot and tittle, but with many things, I want to be as accurate as possible in trying to emulate these great guitar players. I think that that is one of the standards I set for myself anyways. Although I will, with some things, veer off and try to add some of my own things. However, for the intro to the song, you know, he is in between the 1st fret, the 3rd fret, and the 5th fret. And what I mean by that is, he has his index finger on the 1st fret. He hammers on to the 3rd fret of the high E string. So he's doing this. Then he'll take the index finger or the ring finger, because I watched some live footage of Santana to notice and to see what he's doing in that intro. And so he will go onto the B string from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret and then slide back to the 3rd fret. So what I mean by that is this. Then he'll go again with the hammer on and pull off between the 1st fret and the 3rd fret on the high E. Now what's going to change is he's going to bar the high E and the B string on the 3rd fret, and then he's going to slide up to the 5th on the B and then go back down to the 3rd fret. So what I mean by that is this. Okay? So, next we have, and this is the whole critical point of this lesson, all right? Bends, vibrato, pre-bending notes, and developing that vibrato. It's so important in order to play with feeling, especially, again, in emulating these great guitar players. It's something that absolutely has to happen, okay? So, in order to try to more clearly and concisely help you guys understand this, I'm going to play it several times, but also you got to listen. You got to pay close attention with your ear, and when you're working on these bends, you got to listen to the notes and what you're doing in order to improve upon what you are doing. All right? So, what we need to do is okay, so we're starting off right here in the D minor scale. That's what he's doing, so it's going to be okay, and the chord, 10th fret, low E. And then if we just bar the E and the D, or I'm sorry, the A and the D. Let me correct myself. And then take the pointer and bar the G, B, and E. Okay? Okay, so the first part of the solo, after this intro, then it's so after I hit this note here on the high E on the 10th fret in a natural position, there's no bend there, okay, then I'm not going to strike the note on the B string on the 12th, or I'm sorry, the 13th fret, you know, strike it and then bend it. This will be a pre-bend, okay? It's going to be in other words, I'm bending the note up before I pluck it. And I do it again. Then when I pull off, I have the index finger on the 10th fret of the B string. Okay, so again, that goes like this. Okay, next we have once again using these notes, right? 10th fret, 13th fret on the B, then we're back to the 10th fret on the B, and then we're on the 12th fret of the G, 10th fret of the G, and then we go down to the 9th fret on the G. So, what we're doing here on this one is... So... I usually end up doing a bend there as well. Like I go... That one you definitely have to. Slower. I do suppose that Santana may do it this way. But I've noticed as I watch some live footage, he never plays it the same way twice. It's in the same key, the same scales, but he doesn't always use the same vibrato or bends exactly the same. So, I'm going to show you two different renditions there. Okay. All right. Next we have and then we're going to go to... And there's a lot going on with that one, so we're back to similar to the first lick. Right? And then we're going to take the middle finger on the high E on the 12th fret, and we're going to hammer on to the 13th, okay? And then we're going to pull off like that, so we're going... So the first lick was... And then this one is... All right? So once again, those first three licks... And then we're going to go to, let's see if I can remember my place here. Oh, yes. Then we're on the last one we just covered. Now we're going to do an arpeggiated sequence, okay, a triad. 12th fret G string, 11th fret B string, 10th fret high E. And to do this one correctly, you want to go... So you got to get that bend in there on the 13th fret on the high E. So Then we're going to go to the 15th fret, and that will be on the B string, and then the 13th fret on the high E, and the 15th fret on the high E as well. And then we're going to bend that up. It's going to be a long bend, and then we're going to let it down and pull off and go to the 15th fret on the B, and then we got to get a bend in on that 13th fret on the high E. What I mean by that is this. One more time. Like that. Okay. So one more time with the arpeggio. All right. And there's definitely that. And you slide, so that'll be on the 18th fret. So after this lick, all right, so one more time, we'll cover all of that, all right? Okay, one more time. Okay. Okay, one lick I forgot was... Okay, so we will begin again, so I can correct myself. I'm sorry, everyone. Okay, now that will take us to this part. So now we're going after this slide, the bend and slide from the 18th fret. Now we're going to take the index finger and put it onto the 10th fret of the high E. And then we're going to put the ring finger on the G string. Okay? And then we're going to go to the 10th fret on the G string. All right, so So what we're doing here, so you can see a little more closely. Okay, one more time, slow. So we will go over that one more time. Next lick, this is where we're into solo number 2, and this is where we're going to end with this particular video, and then I'm going to rehash and review everything we just did again. So the second solo starts like this. Okay, so it's a unison bend, so we're still in the same position, right? Alright, so what we're doing is ring finger on the 13th fret of the B, index finger still on the 10th fret of the high E. Alright, so first we're going to bend that up. See, and this is how you do a unison bend. You want to make sure the notes match, right? You don't want that, that's out of key. There you go. You don't want this, and you don't want this. You want this. So the second solo begins right here, just like this. We don't want that, we want this. No, still not. There it is. That ain't it. See, I'm just trying to give you guys the sounds to recognize what you don't want versus what you do want. Don't want that. That's too much. There it is. Too much. Too much. There it is. Got to get used to when you got those two notes harmonized. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Yep. Nope. No. There it is. There it is. Okay, enough of that racket. I think you guys get the picture with that. So, again, with that second part of the solo. No. And I'm getting out of tune. Okay, now it should be perfecto. Yep. So that will be the beginning of the second part of the solo. So let's review what we just did, right? One element I did forget was this. Then I forgot okay, so that is on the 10th fret of the B string, then the 12th fret of the G, and then the 10th fret of the G. So then 12, 10, 9. And then slide down to the 7th. So okay, so one more time. Okay, one more time. Okay, one more time, and then that'll be it for this particular video. right, now, let's do some experimentation a little bit, right? Because this could definitely be used in a very shreddy manner. Like, I'm sure adapting it to neoclassical and whatnot, like Ingve and stuff like that, would work very well. So, to begin, right, we have these notes. Okay. Next, we go into the and then we have so we got these notes still, right? We're in that scale, but I want to expand on a few things and show you guys a couple neoclassical things that could be adapted into this, okay? So we have this arpeggio in there, right? Right here. Plus we have the G minor one he's doing, right? And this is exactly where I always like to be on the fretboard, is this. So we also have from that arpeggio, okay, which he's also using that, right? Right? He's using this note. Right there. So, we could also use pedal tones in here. Just saying there's a lot that's in here that can be used in other ways, right? We don't have to just do it exactly as he's doing it, right? Like even these notes that he starts with, right? These are pedal tones too. Okay. We also have these pedal tones in there. And then also this, right? We also have this, because he's right here, right? See? Relative, right? It's all relative to that. All right, so one more time. right, everyone. Well, I hope that you really enjoyed that, and I'm going to recap that as we finish into the second part. And I'm going to do this one last time really slow so everybody can see everything. And if you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you very much, and I will see you soon. One more time from the Arpeggio. Well, again, I hope you liked this video, and I hope you learned a lot. And again, it's very important to play with feeling, vibrato, and bends. And once I get done with this second part of this, we're going to start getting more into the neoclassical and more shred, but I will still be covering a lot of the classics. But I think once, the bends and the vibrato are mastered, then, more of the arpeggios and the neoclassical stuff. That's why I wanted to kind of intermix this in here, because this is such a great key for this. I mean, D is the saddest key. So I'm very partial to it, and I think it sounds really amazing, because playing in the sad key, you do end up and having a tendency to play with more feeling anyway. So thank you, everyone. Have a great one, and I hope you learned a lot, and I will be back soon with part 2. Thank you.